was decent. Now, this video spot was supposed to be the rotation match that I had against Steve, but unfortunately for me, when he went back to retrieve the codes, it did not play on my versus recorder, so I have no way of getting that battle back, with the exception of maybe him downloading that particular battle and giving it back to me. But anyway, I have another opponent that I want to showcase to you guys. My opposition leads with Malamar. He switches right out into Fungus, and I have my Choice Scarf Rotom, or at least it was Choice Scarf until I used Trick. I got the Evaluate. I don't want to show him Volt Switch yet. He is Choice Scarf after all, so if he goes and uses Sport, it won't affect Ferrothorn thanks to the new grass type mechanics that take place in 6th gen. So I'm going to set a layer of spikes as he switches out into his Malamar. So I'm thinking like, okay, I know he's going to want to go for the superpower because I have Malamar myself. That's like one of the first Pokemon that I EV trained to use in competitive battles, and I found this thing extremely interesting even before the game came out, when the spoilers were just all we had. So anyway, I'm just going to go and see the Malamar after it superpowers me. I am relaxed natured, so I'm plus defense minus speed. I'm able to take that superpower quite well, and I'll be able to protect and almost replenish all of my HP back, which is pretty cool. And afterwards, I'm going to switch out into my Ariados, being that my Ariados is 252 in HP, so even if he does decide to switch up his moves and even go for like a Psycho Cut, I guarantee you I will still live this. I'm like, I know he's going to want to go for the superpower and get as many stat boosts as possible, so I had no problem going for the Ariados. But like I said before, even if you went for the Psycho Cut at +1, Ariados surprisingly will live that. So he decides to switch out, which puzzled me a little bit because I went straight back out into my Ferrothorn to try to accumulate some damage output on the Malamar, thinking that he was going to actually switch out and use Night Slash and or Psycho Cut. So okay, this is actually a good matchup for me, but what I decided to do is, instead of staying with the Ferrothorn because I have nothing to hit this Gyarados with, plus he reveals that he has Fire Blast, I decided to switch out into my Rotom Wash and then actually get a switch priority on whatever he decides to switch out into, provided that he does switch out his Gyarados, which he does, into his Gengar. So now it's Ariados versus Gengar, and I think he might know that Ariados gets Sucker Punch and or Shadow Sneak, but he goes to the Shadow Ball anyway, so I do live that because of my EV investment, the 252 in HP like I said before, and I'm able to get it for a nice little Sticky Web. I am aware that if Malamar does come in, it will get +1 speed as opposed to having his speed diminished, so I was a little bit weary about that after his Gengar bit the dust, but he switches out into his Tyrantrum, which gets a speed decrease thanks to the Sticky Web. So I'm thinking like, oh, you know, I can outspeed this and go for the Dig. Yes, I do have Dig on my Ariados. I do want to, I guess, not be completely vulnerable against Steel types if I had like the Ariados in play, so whatever. It's not like Ariados is like a true competitive Pokemon anyway, but it did its job. It has a Sticky Web. He's gonna switch out into his Gyarados on my Agility, and then afterwards I'm gonna go for the Zen Headbutt, score critical hit, not enough to finish it off. He retaliates back with an Earthquake, critical hit as well, activates my weakness policy. I am +2/+2/+2 Shell Smash without the defense and the special defense drop. Let's go. Fungus comes into play. You lost your Valet earlier on. You are not gonna take a Zen Headbutt. I'm sorry, buddy. Hopefully you're not Effect Spore. No, you're not. Boom, out of here, right? Dragalge comes in, Earthquake, boom. I'm not taking any chances with Zen Headbutt now if I don't have to. So that Bites the Dust, that's gone. Tyrantrum comes back into play. I don't have to take any chances with Meteor Mash because it's weak against ground type attacks. Boom, Earthquake, out of here, man. Oh my gosh. This is monstrous. Malamar comes into play, plus speed, not enough to outspeed the Metagross. Boom, gone. What you doing?